So I am Dr. P.K. Verma and I invite you in the current session of molecular biology. In the earlier session, I had discussed a structure of DNA as described by Levin and had also discussed the Chargaff's finding of nitrogen bases complementation, that is the law of equivalence of bases. Chargaff had suggested that DNA must be double-stranded so that adenine of one strand can make pair with thymine on another strand and guanine on the first strand can make pair with cytosine on the second strand. But they could not decide how the DNA looks and how the two strands of DNA were arranged. Astbury was the first scientist who prepared a DNA crystal and took X-ray diffraction photograph. He found that there is an axial distance of 3.4 angstrom between every pair. That is, adenine and thymine forms one pair, and above that there is another pair, AT or GC, put at an axial height of 3.4 angstrom. In 1953, Rosalind Franklin took many very good photographs of DNA crystal, in which the photograph 51 was so much perfect that it was described by Franklin and Gosling 1953 as well as Watson and Crick 1953. These photographs made the basis of the famous BDNA, that is called right-handed double helix model of DNA. It is more than 90% of total DNA present in any organism. For their discoveries, Watson, Crick, and then Wilkins were awarded Nobel Prize in 1962, but unfortunately, Franklin died 3 years earlier. See the photograph of Rosalind Franklin, who took this X-ray diffraction photograph. How it is taken? A DNA crystal is taken on which a beam of X-ray is put. When the X-ray is bombarded over different atoms, the lights scatter laterally at different angles. This scattered light is taken on X-ray plate and the photograph is developed. After that, by various mathematical calculations, a model of DNA is made and its light reflection pattern is checked by bombarding simple light. When the X-ray photograph and the photograph taken by simple light incidence, the model is said to be perfect. Rosalind Franklin obtained this photograph that is famous and known as photograph 51. Rosalind had worked with his colleague Klug. Later on, Klug also got the Nobel Prize in 1982. According to this model, the two helices of DNA are anti-parallel to each other. That is, one strand is in 3' to 5' direction and the other is in 5' to 3' direction. This direction is decided on the direction of carbon atom in the pentose sugar molecule. So this is the simplest structure of DNA, showing directions as well as the dimension. The double helix is spirally twisted, forming minor groove in one side and major groove in opposite side. Or you can say a minor groove of 7.5 angstrom and a major groove of 12.5 angstrom alternate each other. In the complete turn of this double helix, the pitch length is 3.4 nm, that is 34 angstrom, and therefore there are 10 base pairs per pitch. 10 base pairs because there is an axial height of 3.4 angstrom or 0.34 nm in between two base pairs. Now you can write down the points. The two strands form right-handed spiral, so it is also called right-handed helix model or RH model of DNA. The pitch length of double helix is 34 angstrom or 3.4 nm, so there must be 10 base pairs per pitch or per turn. There is an angular rotation of 36 degrees due to position of the second ester bond between nucleotides. Generally, people say why this DNA double helix becomes right-handed helix, how it bends. So this bending is because of the position of the phosphate diester bond formation. And this angle is 36 degrees, so 10 base pairs makes a complete turn of 360 degrees. There is a major and a minor groove facing each other, so that a regular distance is maintained between two helices along the whole length. The width, that is diameter of DNA double helix from phosphate to phosphate is 20 angstrom or 2 nanometer. The distance between two sugar molecules in each pair is 10.8 angstrom, and the length of hydrogen bonds between the two nitrogen bases ranges from 2.8 to 3 angstrom. The phosphate molecules are projected outwards at right angle, that is 90 degree, and are negatively charged, but the nitrogen bases are projected inwards at 50 to 54 degree, and these are uncharged nonpolar molecules. They form a hydrophobic region in between the two sugar molecules. In addition to this bDNA, there are some other forms of DNA also: aDNA, cDNA, ddNA, and zDNA. The difference of model is because of the type of salts made, relative humidity, etc. The first type, aDNA, has 11 base pairs per turn with axial height 2.56 angstrom. In place of 3.4, it is 2 closure 2.56 angstrom only. The pitch length is 28.2 angstrom. That is, if you multiply 2.56 with 11, the pitch length is 28.2 angstrom. It is formed at 75% relative humidity in presence of sodium, potassium and cesium ions. The bDNA that we have discussed, by a careful observation, the axial height was found 3.37 angstrom rather than 3.4 angstrom, and the pitch length 33.7 angstrom rather than 34 angstrom. It is formed at 92% relative humidity. That is, relative humidity is higher and ionic strength of the medium is low. That is, the sodium, potassium and other salts are at lower concentration. The third one is cDNA. It contains 9.33 base pairs per pitch, and the distance between every base pair is 3.32 angstrom. That is closure. Thus, the pitch length is 31 angstrom only. The fourth one is ddNA. They have only 8 base pairs per pitch, and a pitch length is about 24.24 angstrom. So it is most compact form of DNA. All these 4 types of DNA are right-handed double helix, but there is a zDNA. It is a left-handed double helix with 12 base pairs per pitch. It appears zigzag because of the different orientation of pentose. That is a chair-shaped structure of pentose rather than boat-shaped. And it is found almost 3 or 4% cases in different samples. This is a comparative diagram of aDNA, bDNA and zDNA. After all these discoveries, this is again a beautiful model of aDNA, bDNA and zDNA. All of the 3 have minor groups as well as major groups. So I was talking that after all these discoveries, some workers objected validity of the bDNA because of the structure of pentose sugar. Among them, one is called side-by-side model of DNA. A number of models of DNA have been described in which 2 polynucleotide strands are in side-by-side association rather than entwined in a double helix structure. Rodley et al. 1976 was the first to put this model, and later on Sasisekharan, Pattabhiraman and Dr. Gupta of Indian Institute of Science at Bangalore worked on side-by-side model. In the side-by-side model, each of the 2 strands has alternating right and left-handed helical segments, approximately 5 base pairs in length. Sugar residues in alternating segments along a strand point in opposite directions. A structure slightly different from the present one proposed earlier by ourselves and another group, and which sugar in a stand all point in the same direction. Age. This is the photograph showing at first the SBS model, side by side model, and then bDNA. Now I am showing how two parallel strands of DNA, that is seen at the 90-degree perpendicular, can come closer to each other and look as double-stranded DNA when the observer moves at 90 degree. You see the two strands are separate, they come closer and make closer pairing, and by slight orientation they make the double-stranded structure. Thank you.